Time to pull up a chair. We've got another great story for you today in the rLounge. There are always two reasons for doing a thing. One is a good reason, and the other is the real reason. Today on rLounge, we hear of some mothers with cruel intentions. Our first mother-in-law's family tradition nearly cost our OP their life. My, 23 female, boyfriend's mother, 56 female, keeps putting an ingredient I'm allergic to in her dishes. Original post September 19th, 2023. This has been somewhat of a nightmare, so any advice would be amazing. My boyfriend is also 23 for clarity. I have a garlic allergy. It's not lethal, and I definitely wouldn't get anaphylaxis or something from it. The problem is that I get asthma if I eat it, and it'll really mess with my digestion later. Everyone in my life knows that I can't have garlic and I won't have garlic. It makes eating out a nightmare because of how prevalent it is. So usually my boyfriend and I have date nights at our apartment and we cook for each other. But my boyfriend's mom has a family tradition and she insists we all come to dinner at least once a month. She's a fantastic cook and usually a really nice lady to be around. But there's one problem. She wants me to come every time, but she always adds garlic to every dish. At this point, I've just started taking an inhaler and just eating the Hawaiian rolls she always serves. My boyfriend drives us and we just go get fast food right after. We've talked to her over and over again about the garlic. I've asked her over and over to please not use garlic. And she says she doesn't understand how it's such a big deal because it's not like you'll die. I've tried skipping the meals, but she throws a fit and drags her entire family into it. I've been with my boyfriend for 3 years now, and I'm best friends with his sister. I'm at my wit's end. How do I get this through to her? ETA. I have brought my own food before, usually something simple like a mac and cheese. I did it twice, but both times she was angry and basically made for an incredibly unhappy evening. Honestly, if it's something that bothers you physically, just don't eat it. You don't have to eat what she makes if it means it hurts you internally, and you may not react right away, but having an asthma attack is a big deal and can be fatal. The moment you push back and refuse to eat the food will be the moment you find out who she truly is. She'll either understand and accommodate to your allergy or not. Update September 21st, 2023. So, hi again, and thanks for the advice. I also saw that there was already a YouTube and TikTok video on my post, which was weird, but I digress. Anyways, on to the update. To those of you who said she just doesn't like me, you were 100% correct. After my boyfriend woke up yesterday, we had a long talk about how bothersome his mother's refusal to take out garlic is. He agreed that we should skip the dinner until she takes it out. Something about it still bothered me, so I ended up calling her and just bluntly asking her. She kept evading the question, saying she's just a garlic lover, that she doesn't understand what the big deal is, etc., etc. Finally, after like 30 minutes of back and forth, she finally admitted that she just doesn't like me. I think I'm correct in drawing the conclusion that she was trying to drive me from her family with garlic shenanigans, but maybe I'm just overthinking. I don't know. Anyways, I asked if it was because of my job, receptionist, my age, background, whatever, and she just flat out told me that she doesn't like that I have my septum and tongue done, and the color of my hair unnatural colors. She thinks it's unprofessional and proves that I'm too much of a wild child to date her son. Which sucks, because I really like this woman, but I guess she was just polite out of courtesy rather than actually liking me herself. After I ended the call, I went to go find my boyfriend and he basically fessed up and said that yeah, his mother was not a fan and kept basically hinting that we should break up, mostly by mentioning stuff like, my friend Jenny has such a cute daughter, and that sort of thing, which hurts like hell, but I'm glad I know. Anyways, my boyfriend and his sister have both agreed to just start up a group dinner once a month. I'm going to stop going to the dinners, and my boyfriend will just go without me. If your boyfriend really cared about you, OP, do you think he'd still go to the dinners? Perhaps by going to these dinners, your boyfriend is just enabling his mother to continue her rotten behavior. Because if he knew his mother didn't like her, he would have also known she was putting the garlic in the food on purpose. And then why would he subject you to that? Or have a serious chat with his mother about laying some ultimatums. Update. I can officially say I've gotten the ick. This man sucks. Update 2. I'm going to break up with him tomorrow. I'm too sleepy and pissed, but I'll post an update on my profile. Now let's check in with some relevant comments. First up, honestly, this is one of those situations in which you would be justified to leave. Your boyfriend could have told you she didn't like you, He could have told you he suspected she was doing it on purpose. My boyfriend would never have me at his parents' home for food if they did something like this. They wouldn't. They're lovely people who I know I can't always eat certain foods. Your boyfriend has done absolutely nothing to protect you from this behavior. You can do better. The OP replied, I'll be honest, the entire reveal has left a bad taste in my mouth of what else have they hidden? I don't know. It bothers me that he didn't tell me, and his reasoning for not telling me was that he hoped she'd get over it and he wanted to spare my feelings, which is really gosh darn crappy. Someone else says, OP, what about your best friend? Did she know what her mother was doing? The OP replied, she did, unfortunately. So your boyfriend and your best friend knew about their mother's feelings for you. It's fair to be bothered by this, OP. You never know what else they're hiding from you to spare your feelings. Like maybe their mom was actually trying to kill you. Update 2. We did break up. September 22nd, 2023. Hi, me again. I broke up with him and basically spent the day fielding texts from him asking what the F was going on and why I was freaking out over his mom. As I said on the update, I got the ick. The more I thought about how he didn't defend me to his mother, refused to tell me about her underhanded tactics, the more I just didn't like him anymore. It was like a switch flipped. So when he woke up, he got a call from me saying this wouldn't work out. We had a long conversation that basically turned into him being defensive. In the end, I was firm. I also sent a text to his sister along the lines of, if you've got questions, ask your brother. Before I blocked her, of course. It's kind of crappy that I lost my best friend and my boyfriend, but on the bright side, at least it wasn't cheating, and they just suck. Thank you everyone for the advice, and hopefully I find a better man with a better family. Let's get some more relevant comments, shall we? Someone from the community says, this is why I would never recommend anyone field advice from Reddit. Why in the world would you block your best friend, boyfriend's sister because your boyfriend wouldn't tell you his mom doesn't like you? Also, there was no real reason for your ex to tell you that his mom didn't like you. He's not going to stop talking to his mom because she doesn't like who he's dating, which is very common, by the way. He was probably hoping that she'd come around to you eventually. The OP replied, I'd prefer not to get served meals with something I'm allergic to. Way to go, OP. She wasn't a best friend to you if she allowed all that to go down. And you certainly don't need those types of people in your life. Any decent human being would have heard you were allergic and then not cooked with that ever again. They wouldn't even have to be the mother of your boyfriend to do that. What do you think? Our next mother-in-law's curious behavior leads to some serious boundaries. Mother-in-law went through my wallet and took pictures of my ID. Am I overreacting? I've just met mother-in-law for the first time. We stayed at her house for 5 days. For context, she's been treating my partner as her surrogate partner, and he's aware of it, and trying to put boundaries, so I already knew that it wouldn't be easy. She has been very competitive with me and accusing us of going out and having nice dates, as if that was bad, but she would like to do those same plans with him instead. When he's there, she's extremely nice. The second she goes away, she starts making subtle, rude, or jealous comments. Now to what happened. She took some pictures of us, so she was showing me the pictures in her phone. As I was going through her pictures, I saw a picture of my ID. She quickly put the phone away and went without saying anything. I was very surprised. She went through my wallet when I was out, went through all my cards, and took a picture of my ID. I don't know why. She already has my full name. I can't think of any reason as to why she would need my ID. I wanted to confront her, but for the sake of not creating an awkward situation for the last 2 days, we agreed that he would confront her once I left. Now I've left, and still he hasn't confronted her. It might just be my ID, but I feel very disrespected that she even went through my purse and wallet. I feel sad that he hasn't confronted her. If it had happened with my parents, I wouldn't doubt for a second to confront them about it. I feel like he doesn't defend me from his mom. We did have a long talk about his mom, and he's aware that he has to put boundaries. He seems to agree with me on my thoughts of the whole situation, yet he doesn't confront her. I talked about it with my brother, and he says that I should cut him some slack. That it's normal that he doesn't want to fight with his mom. Am I overreacting? Ask the community, you'll get some responses. First up, I'm pretty sure you messed up by not doing a big "what the F" right there in the moment and demanding she delete it and apologize for going through your purse. You, OP, are underreacting. The OP replies, "You're right. I believed him when he said he would confront her once I left the house. It's been one day and nothing happened. This is making me rethink the whole relationship." Someone else says, "Do not let this go. Push him to confront her. Let him know that this is not acceptable and that you feel horribly violated for her going through your private things." Part of the issue here that many people are overlooking is his normal meter is broken. He grew up with her behavior and he's having to recalibrate himself to remember that this isn't normal. He's relearning too. So push him. Don't let this go any longer. This needs to be addressed, and before she visits you in your new home, she needs to sincerely, properly apologize. "No, I'm sorry you feel that way." Garbage. Someone else says, "Oh heck, just make a police report and get a new license and new credit cards with different numbers. That shows that you believe she was stealing your identity, and it's not just a domestic dispute. Cops have to take it seriously then." Another person wants to add, "She's going to run a background check on you. I bet you $2 she's hoping to dig up dirt to break you and your partner up. Also, side note, she could have gotten your credit cards too. I'd lock your credit ASAP and look into getting your cards replaced." Whoa, that's really odd. There's so many good points made in the comments. If she had access to your ID, she had access to your credit cards. She could be trying to set you up for fraud or something. This has bad written all over it. Moreover, you probably could have mentioned that you thought you saw pictures of your ID in her phone. At the same time, keep pushing for your boyfriend to confront his mother. If he doesn't, do it yourself. Update. I posted some days ago about my mother-in-law going through my purse and taking a picture of my ID. My partner and I both saw the picture, but he checked her phone to be sure and found the picture again among the deleted pictures next to the pictures of his credit cards and driver's license, of course, without his consent. He finally confronted her and she denied it all. She acted offended and said she would never go through my things, that why would she need my ID and so on. She called me a liar and said I'm trying to stain their relationship. Father-in-law was not involved in this and believes that she did it, but justifies her by saying she just wanted to run a background check on me because she loves her son too much and only wants to protect her. My partner didn't further push her, saying he had checked her phone and saw the pictures again, but he made it clear she's not going to be welcome into our house. He decided to go very low contact with her. I'm so happy my partner has put proper boundaries. The community has some thoughts. First up, lock down your credit ASAP. Another person says, "Yeah, with pics of his credit card and all, I would definitely lock down your credit, and partner should do the same." The next person says, "I would put a hold on credit cards, etc. There isn't much you can do as far as the ID. My mother did this to me. She then used my credit cards, trying to repair damage she did, and maxed them out. I ended up having a huge issue. Had to file reports with the credit card companies and the credit bureau. It was a mess. She wouldn't need his credit cards for anything but something similar. She could have done the same to you, being that she had your wallet, just as a precaution. Unfortunately, this probably had little to do with a background check. Serious boundaries are going to be needed going further if he wants to resume their relationship. She can't come to your home at all. Purse, wallets, etc. are never brought into her home, and car is always locked if you're inside. Sadly, I have to do this with my mother." The OP replies, "We both have reported our cards stolen. He didn't see any pictures of my cards, but she probably took a picture of mine too, but deleted afterwards. Sadly, I have to do this with my mother." Wow. I'm sorry you had to go through this. Disgusting. How's the relationship with your mother now? I'm glad your boyfriend finally confronted his mother, and it's refreshing to know that he set some serious boundaries. Like the comment said, keep a watchful eye on your credit card activity. You'll never really know what intentions she truly has. What do you make of this? And thank you for following along today. Before you go, be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. If you have something you want to share regarding today's content, we want to hear it. See you next time in the rLounge.